Hey guys, welcome to this week's Insurance 101. Today we're going to talk a little bit about life insurance. Nothing too detailed, just a little bit, so don't run away just yet. Okay, so let's talk about life insurance. And I actually heard someone say the other day that if they get all their affairs in order, maybe the good Lord will think it's okay to take them. And while that's a decent thought, that's not always the case. And when we're not prepared for that day, and it does come to all of us, then some of those left behind will face the greatest burden. Okay, so what are some ways that we can protect our family from potential disasters in a worst case scenario? One thing that I like to do here is I believe that life insurance is a need, and if it's a need, it's something that shouldn't be paid for too much. So what I like to do is just a 2% solution. I guarantee that we can find a product that fits your needs for less than 2% of your annual income. Okay, so let's talk about the different types of life insurance policies, because not every policy will fit every person. Every person is different. Their needs, their stage of life is different. And so we want to try to find the right fit for you. So number one, let's talk about the term policy. A term policy is just what it sounds like. It's going to cover you for a term, 10, 20, 30 years. After that term has expired, so let's use a 30-year term for example. Over 30 years, you pay your premiums on time, you've got a large death benefit, and then you don't pass away inside that 30 years. At the end of that 30 years, your policy is over, and there's no payout. You no longer have life insurance unless you continue to want to re-up that policy. Okay, so now let's talk about a whole life policy. A whole life policy normally carries a smaller death benefit, but it covers you for your whole life. It builds cash value. One way to think about it is with a term policy, you're renting the policy. With a whole life policy, you actually own the policy. It's got cash value, and there will be a payout at some point because you will pass away at some point. We all do. Okay, so now let's talk about a UL. Now these are pretty tricky, a little bit more complicated than the last two that we talked about. It is a form of whole life, and it still contributes cash value. It just gives you a little bit more power. So flexible premiums based on the cash value you've got built in there, and a lot of other things. And companies do those differently, so we won't get too in detail with those. But the best way to find out what's best for you is to go talk to a licensed agent, and they'll be able to get back to you. There's all kinds of calculators online, that kind of thing, that can help you, that can give you an idea. But if you talk with your agent and say, here's what I've got going on in my life, I've got kids in school, here's what I envision for them, here are the goals that I have for them, my personal goals for our kids. And find out if you weren't there, if you weren't in that picture, how could we still accomplish those goals? There's lots of different ways that are cost effective to make sure that your family can continue to flourish even when you're not here. The best that they can. You're irreplaceable, right? All right, so for our giveaway, we're going to start doing one of these a week. We have a $25 ULTA gift card, and guys, this is a great gift for your girlfriend, wife, whatever. It's not as good as life insurance, but it's a good gift. Ladies, obviously it speaks for itself. Highly recommended by the girls in our office. That's what they say. So that's why we picked this one. To win, all you need to do is like our Facebook page, share this YouTube video, and follow us on Instagram. So it's a 3-step process. For those of you that already like our Facebook page, it's just a 2-step process. So we will pick a winner out of that, and we'll announce the winner in next week's video. Thanks, guys.